I ain't gonna hold me. I wanted to see if my workout worked this morning. Keep in mind where that is. We're gonna need that for our fish. That little feller was having a good old time. Morning, morning. How we doing today?
Good. You?
Good, thanks. How's the fishing?
Fishing's been good.
Other than the wind, huh?
Yeah, exactly. And we've still been fairly fortunate when it comes to the wind compared to what we had for the first month of the season, I would say. But primarily live bait, trolling bottom bouncers and spinners, 20 to 25 feet of water on that old shoreline. Find your sand to gravel transitions. Vertical jigging over the top of the structure has been producing fish as well. You can find those rock piles that are in the deeper sides of the lake that can produce some larger fish for you too, whereas the trolling live bait will produce some more of the smaller fish, a lot of 10 to 14 inch fish in the system right now. Another common way to try and eliminate some of the small fish, trolling lead core and cranks in deep water as well. That may lead to dragging over some structure and using some high value baits, but it's going to produce some nicer fish for you as well. I don't know that I'd say one side of the lake's better than the other right now, but definitely deeper water in the east side for trolling, vertical jigging, some of that deeper structure as well.
What wind do we have today? What do we have today?
It's southeast. I'd say maybe even a little bit more east than south right now. Good landings today are going to be your Henniger boat landing. The casino landing should be fairly decent as well. The dead cow landing in the south end of Black Tiger may not be a bad option either. If you're willing to go down some gravel, I know the nice fancy boats may be deterred from that, but the public landing at the Black Tiger Bay boat landing would work as well to be.
A lot of wind.
What area is producing more fish than the other? If it were you, where would you go?
I prefer the east side of the lake. I just, between the rock structure, the flooded timber, the different various points, lots of miles old shoreline, still a lot of standing flooded timber over there, lots of structure, lots of opportunity on the east side. West side of the lake right now seems to be higher traffic as well. I guess I prefer to be able to get in a straight line and not have to worry about people anchoring up in front of you and, just obstructing the lines that you're trying to pull as well. Just kind of the area that I tend to fish more often than not than the west side, I guess.
A little bit of information for you. So while he's rolling the license and figuring out what we need, I'm going to kind of give you a little quick overview. We're at Ed's Bait Shop, okay? Ed's Bait Shop is right on your way out to, where is it, Graham's Island, I believe?
Casino.
Oh, well, we're on our way out to the casino. See, I'm a rookie at all this stuff, and I'm out of town, so people need to tell me where to go. But we're going to come over here. You're going to flip around. When he was talking, some of that, now there's a lot of you that will understand exactly the terminology they was using as far as bottom bouncers with spinners and live bait and crankbaits with lead core. But there's a tremendous amount of you folk, that are sitting at home and you're wondering, I got nothing. You're like me with a lot of people trying to talk to me, and I got that dumbfounded look on my face. Well, I'm going to show you a couple of things that he was talking about. So, spinner baits. You have a couple of different varieties. You got ones with wings. You got these little goofy spinners that will just kind of spin coming through the water. I'm going to show you a lot of different things as far as spinning glows and all that. And then you got your blade baits. Now your blades or your crawler harnesses. Again, you have some that have floats on them, some that don't have floats on them, some that are regular. And we're going to go more into depth on how that is. You're going to have a double hook system or a single hook system. Some have a slow death rig so that crawler just kind of spins behind it. Some of them you want perfectly flat. There's a lot of different things there. When it gets to the lead core, what that is it's 5 feet per weight or per color. So if you have, let's say, a 10 color lead core, you're going to be able to run 50 feet down at an average of about 1.5 miles an hour. Now, if you're going slower, it's going to sink more. If you're going to go faster, it's going to raise more in the water column. A lot of times you have line counters on your reels. I mean, this is way up and beyond. This may be something else that we get into, but when he talks lead core, a lot of times you're going to be running crankbaits. Sometimes you're going to be running crawler harnesses behind them. You have different variety, different sizes of crankbaits. You got anywhere from, you know, the different sizes. You got different styles. You got a lot of different things that you can do. So they have the options. If you have questions when you come in here, you can ask them. When he talks about jigging the rock piles and the structure, what he's talking about is just a jig, straight out. You can do a couple different things on that. If you're fishing structure, you can put it under a float or a bobber. You can cast it out and let your live bait attract it and do their thing. You can pitch it out and pop your plastics on the way back coming across that structure. These are all different things that we're going to cover the next few days. So if you start getting bored with us, well, sorry, go get a cup of coffee, because we're telling it to the people that don't know or that would like to learn a little bit more. But we're going to have some fun this week.